Stop! Ow! That's all it does. It's good though, isn't it? I was listening to Radio 4 again. I think that's all I ever do. Apparently dinosaurs had feathers. Interesting. We kind of thought for ages they had slimy skin, but they haven't got feathers. Talk about work, Mr. Andrews, your teacher. Okay then. So, what can I say? It's all going well at the moment. Shout out to Edward. Because yesterday I did say that Che had sent me the best, most crazy story. And I think Edward had a really good go at it. So, instead of magma spiders, the boy in Maze Runner gets to the top of the lift and he's accosted by lobsters who eat him, which is really quite good. I think that's good. It should be called The Lobster's Revenge. You know, if you think about how many poor lobsters in French restaurants are just swimming happily away, and then suddenly, oh yes, let's put this lobster in some boiling water. Yeah. I mean, that must be horrible. God, it's about time lobsters got revenge. You know, if I saw a giant troop of lobsters coming down that road right now, you know, with knives and forks, looking at me going, that's it, and a big pan of boiling water, I'd have no choice but to accept my fate. Because what goes around comes around. That's what I'll say as I'm being lowered into the cooking pot. What goes around comes around. Well, you can tell it's Friday, can't you? On this day in history. This is interesting. Ada Lovelace met Charles Babbage. I'm just going to leave that in your mind for a second, because some of you are thinking, oh, Charles Babbage, we've done him in, what was it, ICT? It was ICT. Who was Charles Babbage? Allegedly, Charles Babbage was the inventor of the first, well, we call it a computer now, sort of counting machine or multiplying machine. Now, he invented the actual machine, and it's still in the Science Museum in London. But she was a programmer. I mean, how weird is that? So they sort of talked about it and met and this, that and the other, but she's called the world's first programmer, which I think is quite interesting. Have I only done 2 minutes and 38 seconds? Maybe I stopped it by accident and started it again. I think I did. I'll put them both on. So that got me thinking about, you know, women and their role in society and prejudice, and how these days things are a lot better than they were in my day. But I still quite strongly believe that there are some professions that they're not exactly closed to women, but people have their prejudices. So if you see a film and it's about the two women in the Apollo project who, what's it called? Something numbers, I'll look it up. And they were brought in to help with the calculations necessary to get a man on the moon, or a man into space, certainly. It's coming to me now, the title. And not only were they black, but they were also women. So people thought they were the cleaners, and then they treated them like tea ladies, and eventually they became absolutely crucial to the project, to the point where, even though they'd run all the calculations through the computer, the crew of the Apollo missions insisted that they check the computer's calculations. And once those ladies had checked them, I'm going to look that up actually, only then did they say, right, fire the rockets. I trust the numbers. Let's go. So we should all be ambitious. You know, gender should not be an issue at all, any shape or form. Do you know something else that's interesting about my road? Normal cars go down, but every now and then someone will drive past with what used to be a normal car, but then they've decided to put spoilers on it and make the wheel arches that wide and lower it down so it's about that far off the floor, and put an exhaust pipe on like a dustbin. And they drive past in a car that might be able to go 20 miles an hour if they floored it. But it makes such a racket. It sounds like they're driving a spaceship. There's always a youth with a cap on, you know, sort of like that. Dear, I'm turning into an old man, aren't I? So, how are we doing? If towards the end of the week, these are the questions I'm getting. Firstly, you don't have to do all 5 worksheets. Secondly, so you should be aiming for about 2. Secondly, if you send me any work, prioritise the creative writing, please, because the questions are all very good, but by now all the questions, and I mean all of them that I'm getting, are like tick. That's great. So you are learning. You're learning A, to write properly in complete sentences, full sentences, and B, because most of them are opinion type questions that you have they do check you've actually read the thing. You're not making those basic mistakes anymore. So I prefer your creative writing because then I can read it, I can enjoy it, and also I can put them all into a final anthology of all your good work. And so far, Edward and Che are leading the way. So this anthology is going to be boys win, not girls. Boys, okay? After having gone on about prejudice and sexism, I'm like, yeah, come on, boys. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there. This probably in 2 today, all right? Let's see, I better check now. Have a lovely Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Hopefully the weather might be nicer. If not, don't go bonkers. Tell me what you've been doing on Monday. Make sure you do something over the weekend. Who knows where the time goes? That was one of the songs today on Desert Island Discs by Sandy Denny. Look her up. I think she used to sing for a band called Fairport Convention. Another really good band. All right. Have a lovely day. Oh, that's so much better. And a special Friday one.